Last week, Dennis told us about the map he's been redrawing for the last 25 years. This week, we talk about why he keeps redrawing it instead of starting over. He has a line that's more tongue-in-cheek that he uses to explain what it means to be a founder.
The term entrepreneur is French for has ideas and does them. The people that have ideas and try to make them and then try to figure out what a business is. And then there's the people that wake up with an idea for a business and they figure out how to make the business. And I've always been in the former camp. We're just making stuff that we want to use. And if you make stuff that you want to use, chances are your friends want to use it and chances are their friends want to use it. And then you can figure out how to monetize. Dodgeball got big enough that, there's a lot of people using it. There's something here. And before we had to worry about how to monetize it, we brought it to Google. With Foursquare, it got really big really quick. And instead of selling the company, we decided we're going to make a go at trying to figure out how to make this work as a business.
While it's intended to be more of a joke and a play on the Game of Thrones, there is a distinction in what he said here. Some people start with the business plan and look for an idea to fill it. Dennis starts with an idea that he can't stop thinking about, and then figures out a business model later. That ordering explains a lot about why his companies look the way they do. When we started Bunny, we came from a similar place, but we lost our way chasing too much investor feedback. I was naive about starting a company and raising money, and that is one of the big mistakes I had. We didn't stay heads down long enough in the product to figure out what to build. We tried to sell and grow the company before we had a real solid product vision. This approach is how Dennis has won before, and how he continues to keep winning today. It's also why he never treats an exit as a clean slate.
And so it's always been a continuation, which is why the names of the companies are simpler or similar. Dodgeball, Foursquare, Hopscotch, casual playground games, all in the same lineage, all software for the streets, games you play on the sidewalk, that type of stuff.
Dodgeball, Foursquare, Hopscotch. The names feel siblings in the same family. Most founders who shut something down want distance from them. When they build again, it's a new name, a new logo, a story about what they learned and why their next thing is different. Dennis is the opposite. He doubles down, and that becomes his edge. You can feel how well he understands the consumer experience from how much he spent in the space.
Your job as a builder is to build the things that you want to see in the world. If there's a thing that you can imagine and it doesn't exist, your job is to go out and make that thing. And as there's all these things we can imagine, they do not exist, and that's what we're going to make, as opposed to let's just go dust off the hits from 2009 and do it again. That's not interesting. Maybe it's lucrative, but it's not interesting. So what can you do that's interesting, relevant, and of the moment?
This is an internal drive I've seen in every founder I've talked with before. It's the reason we build in the first place. We all need some external push to justify the risk, but underneath it all, founders are builders, making things happen that haven't existed before. The irony is that Dennis has always been doing this, just slightly ahead of when the technology could actually support it.
Foursquare 2013 is the right version of the company for this moment of the internet, where it's things working in the background, contextual awareness. Everyone's talking about context. That's what we built. We built that for that moment. We were in the wrong decade. We had built something for 2026 back in 2014. And that's a tale as old as time.
Being early and being wrong look the same outcome in the end. Both fail and have counterfactuals that come up. What makes Dennis different is that he could keep building within the same core thesis because the core thesis itself was never wrong. With Bunny, if I'm honest, we were wrong. Our core hypothesis was right, but looking back, I don't know if we could have built both a product and a company that would have succeeded in the fertility space. That's why only a small percentage of companies end up working. A lot of stars have to align. Dennis doesn't pretend to have solved the problem going now into Hopscotch, but he believes in the direction. After 2 companies, 2 near misses, he's still swinging. That's the job of an entrepreneur, taking the swing on the idea you can't put down. Next week, chapter 4.3, the conviction collapse. Why sticking with something long enough to find out if it works might be the hardest skill a founder needs to do right now in the era of AI.